Hey, how y'all doing? So to start it off, we're gonna do Yahweh's, but
Mom's calling me.
oh. So to start off, we're gonna say Yahweh's for the week. Our Yahweh's.
Yahweh's are like where you've seen God. I said like where you've seen God throughout like your week and stuff. I said like again. Sorry, my bad, y'all. I'm trying to be
We know we said like and a lot last episode. My hair went really crazy all of a sudden. I don't even know what happened then. But anyways, so we said like and so we're gonna try and be better because that's what everyone was telling us. But we can't believe people actually watched our episode. First off,
yeah, that's
that was actually kind of people were like, we watched our episode, which what? I didn't think any. I expected like our group, like our little, like our friend, like little friend group to like watch it, and that's it. I didn't expect them to watch it. I expected them to subscribe. I didn't think they would even watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't think they watched it.
But everybody else did.
I was like, what? It was kind of crazy. Anyways, a Yahweh, my Yahweh for this week.
I didn't even explain.
Oh.
Yahweh's are like where you've seen God in your life in the week. So yeah.
Yeah, like how he's shown up that week. Mm-hmm. And so my Yahweh for this week would be the podcast and like how everyone's like actually been like saying that they like seen it. So I feel like it'll actually be like we can actually do something with it. Like we'll really be able to like make a cause and make a difference. No, make a cause. We'll really be able to make a difference with it. So I feel like. What's your Yahweh?
This podcast episode like
topic.
The one that we're doing like today.
The topic.
It's just very me.
And like it's a very good time to do this topic because like holiday season, finals week, like it's like stressful. And our topic is overthinking. Overthink. Okay, our mics died, and so if this is like weird and choppy, it's because our mics died.
Yeah, sorry guys.
So our mics are okay, anyways, so overthinking is our topic for this week, and we both overthink so much. Like
it consumes us.
It completely consumes our life. Like honestly, and that's not good. That's not what it needs to consume our life.
Yeah, it's not what God intended for.
No, to be. And I feel like a good verse that I think of when I think about like overthinking and anxiety is 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. Like when I think of that, it's not only just like give over your anxiety over to him. No, like you need to like cast your anxiety to him.
All of it.
Like give it to him. Like when you think of cast, you think of a fishing. I almost said fishing reel. Fishing pole.
Rod. Yeah.
Fishing pole. Yeah, whatever. Like cast. Like shoo. Throw it. Throw that and shoo, throw that anxiety. Like put it on the hook. And then, I almost threw my mic for a second there, but it's okay. Anyway.
Haley, you're going to have so much fun.
I know, I'm going to put my fishing pole in my hand. Anyways.
Cast your burdens onto Jesus, because he loves us all.
Yeah.
Lakeshore peeps, you know that? Yeah. Word. Okay,
anyways. Like, cast. You need to cast your burdens. Like you need to
all
cast
of them. Like, just give it to God.
Throw it. Like,
dip, throw.
You don't want to.
We're hilarious at this point because our mics have died like twice.
Like, literally, they've died so many times and we're like refilming this.
But yes, cast your burdens onto Jesus. Literally.
Get rid of them. Like, you don't want them. You're not meant to carry.
You're not meant to
You're not meant to have them. You're not meant to have them. You're not meant to have them. You were not intended to carry them or have them on you. Like, he was not intended. Yeah. I think I'm glitching. I think I'm glitching.
This is gonna be so funny to watch.
Like you were not meant to have that in the first place. So like in the first place. So why would you have it? Like why are you gonna keep it when you need to cast it on? Why keep it when you should cast it on? Because you're not meant to keep it.
No, you're not. It's not meant for you to carry.
Like that's like
okay. How many times you get it?
That's like something I want to reiterate because that's like the biggest verse I think about when I think of when I think of overthinking because
like he cares for you. Sorry to interrupt.
No,
but like he cares for you, so he wants to carry your burdens.
Yeah, like he wants you to cast him. He wants you. He wants him. He's gonna catch the hook. He's gonna catch that hook and get him.
We're so delirious.
I
Okay,
know.
so enough.
But throw him. That's like the biggest thing I think of when I.
Yeah, give him the Jesus. For real.
Ready, set, throw.
Okay, that's
Okay, so like going along with the casting, I feel like another thing is you have to fully submit yourself over to God. You can't just like give a little bit. You can't just like give him like so many times. I'm sorry. You can't give just a little bit over to him. You have to fully surrender. You have to fully hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's why you go through all these trials and all these tribulations and all these things, because God puts you through all that because you have to hit rock bottom. Otherwise, you're never going to fully submit and fully surrender yourself to him, because you're never like fully, you're just, you think you still can do it by yourself. Because if you never hit rock bottom, you think you can still do it by yourself, but you really can't. You have to hit rock bottom. You have to hit that rock bottom, and you have to fully surrender and realize that it's not you. You have to give it to him, and like he has to be the one to take care of you.
Yeah, you have to be like, okay, God, this is not in my hands anymore. Like, it's all yours, and he's gonna give you peace, because the peace he gives is unlike the world's peace, and sometimes the peace that he gives is unexplainable, and you don't know where it comes from, but that's what he wants. Like, he wants you to have that peace.
Yeah, like worldly and heavenly things are so different, and I feel like there's so many different kinds of like worldly and heavenly things, and worldly and heavenly peace is like one of them, and it's just the peace you get from him is unendable? No.
Undeniable?
No, like doesn't end.
Unending?
Unending.
There we go. Unendable.
Unendable. The peace you get from him is just like it's never gonna end. It's never gonna run out. It's not gonna stop because something happens. It's like that's the difference in his peace, and you get from the peace you can get from the world. Like you may be able to like something can calm you for a little bit while like worldly peace, but his peace is gonna calm you for ever. I mean, that's the difference.
Yeah, when you want to fully surrender to him.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to just fully give it over. You have to fully, like that. That's the hard. Like that's when I think back to all the things I've been through. Like looking back, I think that's why. Like I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Why I went through all of that and why it happened. Because now I understand. Because I can see how it made me fully submit, because it made me realize that, okay, I had to do that. That had to happen for me to be able to realize who is in control, and it's not me.
Yeah, I think most of the time when we overthink, we forget that we are not in control of what happens, and we think that we can control everything, and we literally can't. Like,
and we try and control everything.
Like, I know it's sometimes, like, it's human nature. We're gonna think that at first, but you have to remember that God is fully in control, and He is sovereign over everything, and He has a plan, and He can work everything for our good. And I've struggled with it a lot, but it's just like knowing that in the back of your head, like, it's gonna be okay. Like, God's got me. God's got a plan.
You know, like I feel like that's like why people overthink, is because they're trying to take control of something that they're not supposed to be taking control of. Like that's not meant for us to handle. That's not meant for us to have to do. It's meant for God, and yet we try and take it over, and that's why we struggle so much. And so that's when you have to remember, like that's when you have to like cast it over to God. You have to submit yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're not meant to handle that burden. You're not meant to carry that. It's not meant for you. Like you were not made for that.
Yeah. So I have some truths that I wrote down about like overthinking, and one of them. So overthinking is not gonna like help us. Like, you can't worry something away.
Yeah, like it's nothing benefiting. There's nothing benefiting you from overthinking.
Literally, like you
it
can't
doesn't benefit
fix
anyone.
your mistakes that happened in the past. You can't fix the future, because it's the future, and that's God's doing.
Yeah.
Like, we are human. We cannot.
We can't
do it on like. It's not meant for us to fix. Like, you can't fix it, and it does. There's no benefit at all.
No. Like I feel like that's like so true. Like that's so true though, because there's nothing, when you really think about, like, you get in these spirals and you get in these overthinking, and then you really think about it and you're like, why am I doing this? Because who is it benefiting? It's not benefiting me. It's not benefiting the person I'm overthinking about, or the
like
grade I'm overthinking about, or anything. It's not going to benefit that, because it's not going to help me get a better grade. It's not going to help me help the person I'm overthinking about. It's not helping anything.
Yeah.
Overthinking. And when you're getting these spirals, the only way to pull you out of those spirals is God. Like,
literally.
that is the only thing. That's, yeah. Like,
another thing, some people don't realize this, but like, overthinking is passive, so that means the thoughts just like flow into our mind without us even realizing it. And so we gotta be like more active and just like recognize those thoughts and be like, whoa, 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 whoa. And we gotta like challenge those thoughts and just tell yourself, like, I can't do this on my own, I have to give it to God. And you'd be like, this thought has no place in my brain. Like, you just
like,
can't.
you can't, like, that kind of goes along with you can't control what your initial thought is, but you can control
your second thought.
You can control what your
You
second
just have to be
thought
more
is.
conscious of what your second thought
You
is.
can't let that consume. You can't let that initial thought consume you.
Yeah.
And let it take over you. You have to push it away and give it to
Yeah, because
God.
I mean, human nature is it's gonna be our first thought.
Yeah.
But
that first thought is not what defines you.
Yeah.
It's your second thought.
Yeah.
And that first, second thought idea goes along with many other things as well.
So many things. We could go on and on. We say that so much.
Yeah.
And then I think I said this before, but like, you can't think. This is what I overthink about a lot, is like mistakes I've made, or like people I've upset, or like things I've done that I feel are wrong, but they're really not even wrong. You can't change things that have happened in the past, so there's no reason to dwell. Like, you can make the future better, but you don't have to stress about that either. And you definitely don't have to stress about the past, because the past is the past. Like,
there's no changing it. There's nothing you can do about it.
It's just there. Like, you learn from your mistakes for a reason, but that doesn't mean.
And I feel like changing for the future, but God has your future, so like, you just have to trust in Him.
I wasn't saying like change.
No, I know. I wasn't. I know. I was like going along with what you were saying.
You can just like remember your mistake.
Remember your mistakes,
but like, don't just dwell on it.
Because it's not that's not doing you any good.
Yeah, that's not gonna make you a better person.
You're just gonna sit here and dwell on it, and then you can't grow if you're dwelling. How are you gonna grow in any kind of way when you're dwelling on something? And then you can't. Yeah.
I think something that has helped me a lot is like when I'm in the deepest like spiral, and I just remember like, okay, why am I not praying about this? Why am I not, like, you just gotta cloud your mind with God's love and grace and mercy, and that will bring about the peace that we were talking about, like the heavenly peace. It's not worldly. Like,
there's a difference, and you'll be able to see the difference when you truly accept it.
Because like, His peace is unexplainable. Like, it'll just come over you, and you'll be like,
you won't even know,
where did this come from?
Like,
I used to never be like this, but like, it's God.
What? Word. I was about to say something. That like, I was in a spiral the other day, and that was like, I was like, I need to give this to God. I need to give this to God. I need to give this to God. And finally, like, it was a spiral about my grades. Who's surprised? Because that's my worst thing, is what see, she's talking about her worst. The worst thing I overthink is my grades, which is silly, but I know. But it's the thing I overthink the most. And I was in a really bad spiral this past few days. I've been overthinking it a lot. It's been really hard. And the only thing that's brought me out of it is I've been like, okay, I'm going to give this to God. I'm going to give this to God. And that was the only way I could get it out of my head. That simple phrase, and I don't understand, I don't even know, like, why that little phrase, like, got it out of my head, but it was just like, okay, give this to God, and, like, let me not worry about it, because it's not helping me sit here to think about it, because, like, I just need to give it up to Him.
Yeah.
Because He's not worried about my grades and my things, so why should I be?
No, I tell her all the time, like, you don't have to have good grades to get into heaven.
Like, that's, my A is not going to get me into heaven.
But I worry about it too,
so
I can't say anything. But
still.
I just remind myself. That's what I stay reminding myself.
See, you can remind yourself by reminding others, because I feel like I give her advice, and then it's like advice that I need to hear.
Yes.
Like the other day, I don't know what I was telling her the other day, but it was like, I'm telling you this, but really it's just so I can hear it for myself. Like, I don't, it's like, I feel like that's like a good way, like, that's why you need like you need to surround yourself with good Christ-like friends, because then you can give each other good advice. And honestly, giving out advice is going to help you just as much as receiving it, because you'll be able to listen to your own words. I mean, just being able to give that out and hear it is just helpful.
Yeah. I definitely think stuff I tell my friends all the time, I'm definitely telling myself too. Especially when it comes to overthinking.
Even if I don't want to listen, like, I still, like, am telling myself it.
Yeah. I think of a Bible verse when I think about overthinking. So
use that mic.
It's in Philippians, and it's Philippians 4. So it's like, Philippians 4:13.
Isn't Philippians ripping my pole?
Yes. Good job. So it's like Philippians 4, everybody knows Philippians 4:13, but this is like a really good chapter, and it's just like a bunch of encouragement to the church of Philippi, but maybe I'll read more than 6 and 7, but okay, so it starts Philippians 4:4. Always be full of joy in the Lord. I say it again, rejoice. Let everyone see that you are considerate in all you do. Remember the Lord is coming soon. Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done. Then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. His peace will guard your hearts and minds as you live in Christ Jesus. Like I said, His peace is unlike anything we can understand.
Like that, it's like literally like what we've been saying, like His heavenly peace is literally that's the only thing that's going to help you with your overthinking. And there was something else. Let me look. Oh yeah. So not only do we need to like not worry about stuff, but like the only way to like really get rid of it, you know how they say like to get rid of a song in your head, you need to listen to it? Okay, well to get rid of something that you're overthinking, pray about it.
Literally.
Like, the only way you're going to be able to get rid of it, because you can't just be like, okay, I need to stop thinking about this.
It's not going to work.
Sorry to break it to you, but that's not going to work. Like, if that worked for you, I'm really proud of you if that worked for you. Because I'm surprised.
Literally.
Like, what? Are you a superhuman? Like, what? Anyways, but the only way you're going to be able to get rid of anything that you're thinking about in your head is praying about it. Like, otherwise, how are you going to get rid of, like, anything in your head? You need to just pray about it and give it to God.
Literally, what we keep saying over and over.
And then you can get His heavenly peace. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I don't think you understand. Like, my gosh.
Like, this is just an example, and when I share my testimony at church, I brought it up, but it's just something that, like, has stuck with me that I've, like, learned from and something that I still use. When I was, like, maybe, I'd say 6th grade, so I had only been a Christian for, like, I've been a Christian all my life, but, like, a true Christian, like, on fire for God, I'd only been like that for maybe, like, 5 months, and I was in 6th grade, and we were at this church lock-in, and they had, like, these things, this, like, exercise, I don't know if you call it an exercise, but, like, an activity, and it was a worship activity, and it was a really powerful message, and then at the end, we wrote down, like, one word that we were wanting to, like, give over to God, or, like, get rid of, like, the rocks, we wrote it on a rock, the rocks symbolize, like, this burden, and we wrote it down, and we put it on the altar, and I had never experienced it before, and once I wrote it down, I, like, prayed about it, and I was like, okay, God, like, I don't know what to do, just help me out, I'm giving this to you, like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I wrote it down, and I put it on the altar, and it was, like, as soon as I got back to my seat, it was, like, this, like, when I tell you, like, this whoosh of, like, peace just, like, fell over me, like, I didn't think about it anymore after that, and I'm being 100%, like, that's a true story. I seriously did not think about it anymore, and it was not because I was telling myself, like, don't think about it. No, literally, it was God's peace. Like, that's how I know His peace is real and heavenly and different than the world's peace, because the world's peace would have been temporary.
Yeah, that's like the main difference. It's like the world's peace is only gonna be there for as long as you let it be there.
Mm-hmm.
God's peace is gonna be there even when you don't want it to be there.
Literally.
Like I feel like that's like, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And I feel like that's a very good story because it shows like that's crazy. Oh, now I remember.
Okay.
Like when you feel His peace, like it's gonna be undeniable. It's gonna be like nothing's gonna stop it. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, this is God's heavenly peace.
And
like,
you're gonna be like,
yeah,
I've never like. Seriously.
You're gonna know. You're gonna
Yeah.
know. You're gonna be able to tell the difference because, like, I couldn't say I've had an experience like that. Like, not that I can pinpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know if I could sit here and be like, okay, I have that exact kind of experience, but like, I feel like I felt God's heavenly peace. You know, I have it with me,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have that kind of experience, which is okay. But you know, I feel like I definitely I can tell a difference in when I have God's heavenly peace and the world's heavenly peace, because even when I don't want peace and I want, like, when I want to be mad and I want to be in this, like, when I'm angry and overwhelmed and upset, I still have this peace with me, and that's because it's this heavenly peace, and it's not the world peace, because the world peace isn't going to be with you then. It's the heavenly peace, because it's going to be with you no matter, even if you don't want it there. God's going to be with you no matter if you want Him there or not.
Yeah.
He's not gonna leave you just because you tell him to.
Yeah.
He's gonna keep bugging you.
Yeah.
He's like the annoying fly. Like,
annoying?
Well, not annoying, just like a...
Yeah, he's just always there.
Like a nagging fly. Not annoying.
He's nagging you, telling you that he has a plan. Like,
yeah.
Stop thinking. Stop. Stop. Oh, sorry.
I was like, why are you hitting? I was so confused why you were hitting me.
Stop. Stop. Have a plan. Stop worrying. Stop. Have a plan. You need to stop. You're being stupid. He's probably like, he probably tells us like
literally, like, when my brother probably hits me, it's probably like from God, like hitting me.
Hilarious.
So when your brother hits you, it's from God hitting you, telling you to stop overthinking.
Yeah, it's ordained by God. You didn't know that.
We're
just playing.
No, that's literally not. Don't let people hit you. People are gonna love that one. Have anything else you want to say? Oh, let's talk about that TikTok.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then that could be like our last thing to make.
Yeah. So this might not be truly just about overthinking, but it really relates. Like, it was relating to me in that moment, and I was overthinking.
And she just showed me this TikTok, and I was like, whoa, like, that's like...
Yeah. So basically, this girl, she was like yelling.
It's a TikTok.
Yeah, so she was like yelling, but it was just what God had put on her heart, though. Go on, girl. She was like, and it got across to me too. She's like, you're spiraling, you're overthinking, you're consumed by this thing. That's what overthinking does. And
it eats you from the inside out.
Literally. And God's not going to encourage that panic. Like, He wants you... The reason He's, like, not giving you what you want or, like, what you're overthinking about is because He wants you to fully trust Him to the point where you're, like we said, like, where'd this come from? Like, where'd this peace come from, you know?
He doesn't want you to sit here and be in that panic. He's not gonna...
Like, He doesn't encourage panic. Like,
He's not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, you keep stressing and keep panicking. No, that's not what not His plan.
He doesn't want you to do that, but...
Sometimes that's the path that he has to take for you to be able to get to Him.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the way that He has to go. He may not want to take that path, but sometimes that's the way you have to go.
Yeah.
And so that's the way you're gonna...
That's
the way you have to fully submit. Like,
and I mean, it just really like struck me, and I gave that thing that I was overthinking about, I gave it to God, and it hasn't really bothered me since then. Like, we're saying His peace is so...
That's like my
unexplainable.
Like, I just like, throw it,
like give it. Sometimes you're still going to have those thoughts, and, like, it's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows all the time.
Like, it's not. We know that. Like, that's not what we're saying. But we're saying it can be better.
But you still just have this thought in the back of your head, like, God has a plan. Like, He's in control. I'm not.
Yeah, you have to remember the idea that...
And that He does not encourage us to panic. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. Yeah, you have to remember the idea that you're not meant to, like, sit here and plan.
We're not meant to carry these burdens. Like,
we're not meant to carry these burdens alone.
Yeah, on our own. Yeah.
You're not meant to worry about all this by yourself.
You're not expected to hurt like that, Al.
You're not meant to, like, carry all this by yourself. Like, you're meant... He made you so you would submit, like he made you so you would come back looking for him.
Yes. He wants you to come to him. He doesn't want you to continue to think like that.
Like he doesn't want you to sit here and suffer by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
He wants you to. Like,
he wants you to give your burdens to him.
Yeah, like he wants.
Like
those
that's how
burdens.
much he loves you.
He wants those burdens because he can handle.
Literally, he's God. Can't. Like we're not God.
We're not.
We're humans.
We're mere humans.
Literally.
What can mere humans do that God cannot?
Literally.
I don't know. I don't know what that verse is specifically, but that is a verse.
That should be like our thing.
Word. I'll put that word I'll put that on the screen. Whatever that verse is, I can't think of it right off the head. Right off the head. right off the top. Right off the top of my head.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to say right off the bat.
But I'll put that on the screen.
Right off the head.
Oh yeah. Anyways, so. Boy.
Yeah.
I feel like I was gonna say that one, so I don't remember. No, not that.
I don't wanna take it in vain. I know y'all love that. You have to leave that in.
Okay, I will.
Well, this was fun.
Literally, thank y'all all so much for joining us this week.
Like seriously, it feels so good that people are actually like watching this. Like that God's like could use us through this series.
Yeah, we hope that you got something out of this, and you got some. Like we just hope you got something out of this because we got some. I feel like I got some out of it.
Oh my gosh, seriously!
I feel so much better.
I feel so refreshed.
I feel so. Like, I feel that peace.
I feel that peace.
I feel that heavenly peace right now. Like, I feel so awesome. Like, having, my microphone's about to die.
Okay, let's hurry up. Sorry, guys.
We're about to
okay,
go.
Comment your Yahwehs in the comments.
Yeah, put your Yahwehs in the comments. If you watch.
Comment your Yahwehs in the comments.
Put your Yahwehs in the comments. Because, we said our Yahweh. So, put your Yahweh for the week in the comments.
Yeah. Jesus loves you. Bye-bye.